Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're talking about Black Desert Online and why I went back to this game after playing the new expansion from WoW. I'm really disappointed by how it kind of presents itself, mostly because you get always the same problems when doing Mythic Plus, and that is that if you don't have a pre-made group, it's very time consuming and wasting a lot of time trying to do higher keys like +9 +10s. um like you waste a lot of time finding a group, and then you waste time by saying that after 15 minutes the key is defeated and then you need to find another one. So honestly, unless you have some friends and pre-made group to play with, it's really not worth my invested time in it. I played Frosty Vandal, Death Knight on Draenor. You can search it up. I did even a 10 key, like 2.3k Rio in the first 2 weeks of the game. I think I pushed a lot, like 611 item level. I did what I could with bugs, and I just felt like it was a waste of time trying to play like that with bugs. And so I decided to stop playing when my sub expired, and now I'm back to the only game that can satisfy my, action combat needs, and that is Black Desert Online. Now, this game had a lot of um, reviews and opinions about what's going on with the game right now, but I don't think there's nothing too bad going on. There's people saying that, oh my god, is this the end of BDO, or like it's going to decline? They just announced new accessories like a couple of days ago, and people have started to pick it up again. They're seeing like kind of a light at the end of the tunnel. The game has always been like this, like having to grind PvE in order to even PvP. So I don't know why people are complaining necessarily. Sure, the node word changes that were made months back are not exactly what people wanted, but it is what it is. I think until any other game that can come out that has similar graphics to this one, and the most important thing, the combat, the fluidity of this combat, reaction combat with combos that you can do on your enemies. Unless a game can do exactly this, there's Black Desert will never die, man. People are gonna play this game a lot, simply because for the beautiful graphics and the combat. And even you might say, well, it doesn't have group content that much, like other games. Well, guess what? WoW has all that, and I honestly don't think it's doing too well right now. I think that most people that play World of Warcraft are people who only play World of Warcraft the majority of the time, and not even they are necessarily happy with what's going on. So, I'm not sad that I left. Maybe when I get a pre-made in next seasons, maybe I'll play it, but it's just not worth my time. And in this game, I already have some gear, so I'm not completely new to the game. This is my old account, as you can see. And I'm just gonna actually play the game for real and serious now, because I've only been on and off on this game. I never really did too much, and right now I'm just enhancing. I'm trying to enhance my sub weapon, a Kurun. So what's going on with this game? There's, as I said, the new accessories coming out, new grinding zones. Most of the new zones that are coming out are, uh, for more like for end game people, or like for people who have like a certain amount of attack power, AP, right? So if you don't have this, maybe the new content will not be for new players. But hey, new players have like all the content that end game players had to do. So you have that, and you don't really need end game gear anyway to grind in some of the newer spots like the Kia questions they added, and they're gonna add actually Cadre soon here. And the Christians, I think, they are here. The Kia Christians, actually you can grind with a pretty fair amount of AP. You have the item drop list here. So if we go and write questions Dekia, and you press this little button here, view total stats, it tells you need maximum 1000 AP, but you could also start grinding at 950 AP. And you know, that's not really end game. Like, there's people have more gear than that, so you can try and do that. Right now, with my gear, I'm actually I'm grinding Gryphons, and I'm going to go and try Troll Habitat, because with the new announcements that has been made, Blessed Soul, no, this one, Crystallite Despair actually sells now on the marketplace and will sell in the nearby future. And this spot is restricted to 920 total AP max AP limit, and I'm pretty close to that actually, so I can go there and do that, and we'll see how it goes. You'll see it on my YouTube. Anyway, I think this game is still pretty good. You know, nothing is perfect and no game is perfect. Of course, this game has its ups and downs when it comes to PvP and to comboing. Like, there's like resists in the game that people can resist your combo. Let me show you. So for example, I don't have any special resist accessories on me or whatever, but as you can see, your default resists are like 20%. Some classes have passives that increase certain amount uh, of these resist stats, and that's actually, you know, a little bit better for them. Now, they're not gonna resist every time, right? But if you, for example, you're a grab class like warrior, you go and grab, and then you do your combo, and I do my reckless blow, and he resists this reckless blow here, he gets up from here, and I cannot continue my combo because I have to dodge what he's throwing at me afterwards, right? And my combo is ruined from here when this doesn't go in. And this is a knockdown. It's like the longest CC that I can throw, right? And if he resisted, then I'm back to square one. We're both on our feet, and I need to catch him again, right? I used to play warrior. I'm not playing warrior right now as my main because it's pretty weak. As in any game, I play striker main tag with Zerka right now. As in any game, there are balance to classes, and some classes are better than others. We need PvE and PvP. But honestly, I came to the conclusion that as long as you are enjoying the class that you're playing, you should just play that and grind, because you know, most classes I would say are pretty decent at grinding anyway, unless you're grinding at centaurs, which is something that I always recommend new people, but that's a discussion for another video. Anyway, unless you're grinding in the zone where you one-shot packs and you have to move fast, like a Berserker or Musa, to be able to do a lot of silver per hour, most other spots don't really require you to do that. So for example, Polyforest um, can actually be pretty decent silver per hour for new players that don't have a fast class but they still want to play. They also do a lot of skill points here for your new class, so that's also pretty nice. You only need about 1300 skill points for most classes, I would say, to get all of your skills anyway, and your season gives you 1000 skill points without really doing anything. So yeah, you just grind the remaining 300 and you're good to go. I actually have a season character Dosa here for the upcoming Awakening. I don't know if I'm gonna play it right now, but maybe in the future. Yeah, what can I say? This game is going to be my main game from now on. There's honestly no new game that's coming out that would make me play it. And over the years, I've been playing a lot of games. And the number one mistake that I did was playing multiple MMORPGs at the same time. So for example, I would play maybe Black Desert and Star Wars The Old Republic and maybe another game at the same time, maybe a little bit of League or whatever. And my time being spread out in 3 different games doesn't let me progress in a very good way in any of them. So when I was playing World of Warcraft in September, I was only playing that game. I was only having one main character. I didn't focus on alts at all. I was just focusing on that character. I did progress with the raid, whatever, and that's the only thing I put my effort into, just to be rewarded with waiting after groups for M plus for half an hour, just so I can deplete a key in 15 minutes. So basically 45 minutes wasted, not doing anything, not going forward with anything, and going back and doing the same shit again and again. And I was like, no way am I doing this again. I already did that in Dragonflight Season 3 when I reached the 3K Rio. I don't give shit anymore about pugging. Like, it's just awful. It's just awful. And they cannot add a system like a dungeon finder for M plus, just so I can just, I don't know, not stay 30 minutes for a group or whatever. Like, it's amazing how bad devs can be at designing something. And I'm not saying Black Desert is perfect, but we are getting content. I know there's a shit ton of content coming for us. It may not be this year, but it'll be in January, February. We got the Demon Land coming out, and we need to gear up for that shit. Sounds amazing. As to what they said on the summer event, with like different levels, and you can even PvP in some levels. So I think that's gonna be the next content update. I think it's gonna be what makes or breaks the game, honestly. And I think that they're gonna have a very good content update because they launched the game in China actually, and I think they want to do a good impression there. And if the game is successful in China, that means there's more revenue for everybody, you know, for the company, and the company having revenue, hopefully they will focus more on putting out content and doing some updates that players want. Unfortunately, European and US opinions are not really heard to the devs that much, unless we're doing like a big ass riot where even the content creators and the partners in Europe and the NA are like making videos about it. And you know, not everybody does that because you get kind of punished for it, maybe if you are putting them in too much of a bad light. But a lot of them did do this because they don't really care about their status as partners. And you know, it's all for the community and the game, man. I love this game, and maybe I'm starting to see it in a different way that I did before. You know, I didn't want to grind for the gear to do PvP. I thought it was stupid. But hey, this is how the game was designed. A lot of people gave some ideas like make PvP gear and PvE gear separate, but then why would you grind for PvE if you have PvP gear separately, right? That's a very tough and difficult question to answer because some people actually enjoy just PvEing with no PvP. Like, I've met people and they were like, hey, I just do PvE, and I'm like, well, don't you do PvE gear to do PvP? And they're like, no, I just do PvE gear to do even bigger PvE afterwards. And I'm like, I just can't understand that logic, that mentality. But hey, I guess people like different things. I like PvP more, but you know what I'm trying to do now is seeing the PvE in this game as a challenge, as like M plus in WoW, where I'm trying to get as much trash loot as I can from the spot if I'm viable to grind there. And it's kind of like a challenge, right? Because if you don't get certain trash loot from the spot efficiently, it means that I'm doing something wrong, right? So I'm trying to learn what I'm doing wrong. Maybe my combo's wrong. Maybe I need to learn the class better. Maybe I need to change my crystals, change my light stones, whatever. I have a lot of light stones here. Artifact inventory. I have what I'm using now is Kama damage for Gaifin, right? Because I'm already at the AP cap. I have demi-human crystals already. I have human crystals. I have back attack crystals for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even know if they're good. They're like very old. Yeah, so I have XP crystals. Like, there's probably more that I don't have, but I haven't reached that point where I need those type of combinations anyway. Um, I don't have a Kabu artifact, but I don't need it right now. So yeah, you need to check all that. You know, I'm checking all those videos on YouTube, what people are doing, and I'm comparing them to myself. Not everybody should do this, but if I'm gonna do something like PvE, I'm trying to do it as efficiently as possible, right? Um, and yeah, maybe the classes that I'm playing are not the best at those spots, but I'm pretty sure they're above average, right? Zerker Succession and Striker. If you play them correctly, I'm sure I can do a decent trash loot. Similar to what I see on YouTube at some people doing. Like, some people are more crazy on their class. I can't be really like that. Like, I've seen Mystics doing like insane amount of trash in some areas. Some areas I don't like at all, like Jade Forest. I hate Jade Forest, and I'm never going there ever in my life. Like, I just don't like the mechanic. I think the mobs are dying way too hard, even when I'm doing the mechanics. So I'm not doing that. They can reset pretty easily, and I hate that. So I'm not doing it. Um, so I'm just going in spots that I prefer, like Gaifin, where I don't need to run around too much. Um, and then my next spot here, after I get my Kutum sub weapon, maybe will be Troll Habitat. You know, upgrading the spot, making more silver per hour and all that. Yeah, this game is very beautiful. Like, this is medium graphics. It's not even high, and it to me it looks amazing. Maybe some people don't like it, but I mean, honestly, I cannot play a game that's like ugly in 2024. It's just not me, you know. Um, there's not much of a story. Like, if you're like a lore guy, everybody kind of skips everything. You could, however, search on YouTube for the lore, and I actually did that out of curiosity. It's very weird because Koreans don't really know how to make a lore in their game, but honestly, people play this game for different reasons. So yeah, there's also life skilling. I tried to go the life skiller route, like I have a life skiller here with all some stuff, but unfortunately, life skilling money per hour is not even comparable to what you can do by just PV grinding at any level. So I'm not really focused on life skilling right now. I'm just focused on grinding. Maybe I'll start doing my farms again, just to have them there. But other than that, I'm gonna continue grinding, continue getting better at this game, at the classes, because I know I still have some things to learn. Like, I'm not as good on Striker as I would like to be, um, and I'm not even on Zerker. That's why I'm playing Succession. Zerker is like pretty brain dead to play, right? It's like 4 or 5 skills max to play in PvE, so very chill. Striker has way more complex combos, and I need to practice that a little bit, and I just don't feel like practicing right now. I'm just mindlessly grinding. And here, what I like about this game, and that I hate about WoW, is that I don't need a fucking group to progress. I can just do shit on my own. Sure, there are some spots that are like with groups that you can do, but um, I don't have to wait for anybody to do my solo PV grind here. I just log into the game with the time I have, and I just start doing games, and that's what I'm aiming to do. And hopefully, I'll stream more and pump out more videos. You already have some videos of me grinding on YouTube, and yeah, this is my return to this game, I guess. Hopefully, for a longer period of time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.